right, we should be live. Let me make sure it's just going to transfer over. Happy Saturday, everybody. The sun is shining today, and it looks to be a really, really nice day. And I should be outside doing something, but I totally feel like cooking, so I think I might get crazy and cook for the week or something like that today. I don't know, or tomorrow maybe. Anyways, if you are living in North Dakota, enjoy the sunshine, and hopefully you get out and do something. Today we are going to be making my mother-in-law's famous waffle iron cookies. Now, the story behind this is that my husband's birthday was in April, and he got these cookies from his mom for his birthday and posted a picture on Facebook, and seriously, it got so many people interested in asking questions, and it's kind of a unique, different idea that I've never seen before, so I figured I would feature it on my show. For those of you that don't follow me on social media or know nothing about me, my mother-in-law is actually both my in-laws. My whole in-law family are just wonderful. I could not have handpicked better in-laws. She is an amazing cook, a wonderful home cook, and I'm actually very fortunate to have all of her recipes because she put them in a box all together, a really pretty wooden box, and gave them to my husband one Christmas. So I have all of her recipes. Actually, a little known secret, for our wedding favors when we got married in September, I made a cookbook of my husband's family recipes and my family recipes, and then some recipes that are kind of ours together. So food is a big deal in both of our families, and it's something that we really cherish. So to be able to have those and make things that, for my kids, that my husband ate as a child will be really neat, as well as things that I ate as a child. I figured I'd share this because everybody loves visuals. Here are my in-laws, my awesome in-laws, Tom and Mary. So these are Mary's waffle iron cookies. I think they're such a great idea because, like, perfect in the summer if your kids want cookies or you want to spoil somebody and make them cookies, but it's freaking hot outside and you don't want to heat up your oven, you can heat up your waffle iron and still make cookies. So that's kind of clever. And they're very easy, and they just have a simple, like powdered sugar kind of glaze that you dump over the top of them. So we will get into it. We're going to be taking our butter, and it's a cup of butter, so it's 2 sticks of butter, and dumping it in. And I could have done this in my KitchenAid mixer that you guys have seen me mix my meatloaf in, but for simplicity, I'm just going to mix it in this bowl. And I'm going to kind of cream this butter a little bit because it was still chunky. And to this, we're going to add 1.5 cups of sugar. And we'll mix this up nice. And then we will add 3/4 cup of cocoa, or you could take 4 squares of chocolate and 2/3 cup of butter and melt it and then put it in here with the sugar. But I don't have any chocolate squares, so we'll use cocoa. It'll work just fine. And I'm going to get a spoon for this too. You can do this if you have a hand mixer. Unfortunately, I don't have a hand mixer. Alright. And then we'll want to add some vanilla to this. And actually, I think this is the very first time I've ever baked on this show, so that's kind of fun that we're doing something a little different. we'll add 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Give that a stir. To be honest with you guys, I've never made these, but like I said, since they got such a interest, I figured it would be fun to feature them. We're gonna add 4 eggs to this. Two, 3, 4. I think one of the first times I ever cooked something, maybe I didn't share this with you guys, I put an egg in something, and I think I told the story about when I was giving a presentation in 4-H in front of the whole classroom, and I cracked the egg on the table. I still to this day will always remember that. It was so embarrassing. But my judges for my 4-H presentation did tell me that I handled it very well. So that's a good thing. All right. I do also have my waffle iron out. I'm using a circle iron. I know my mother-in-law uses one of those big rectangular that has all the squares, and that would make this a lot simpler, but we have one. I looked for it. I just don't know where it is. And I actually think it is my mother-in-law's old waffle iron. That's what you get when you move in with your husband. All right. Give this a good stir. Now we're going to add some flour. And I'm going to add this just a little bit at a time so it doesn't get too clumped up and mucky. If you aren't a baker, I think this would actually be a really easy introductory recipe for somebody who's never baked before, because it's pretty fail-proof, I would say. So if you're someone who doesn't like to bake and you want to do something out of the ordinary, try it. See how it turns out. Or this would be even a fun one to do with your kids. Say if you're like a dad or something and you aren't like mom and can bake cookies, or maybe dad is the one that does the baking and you're a mom and you want to do something fun with your kids. Try it. And then you can put sprinkles over the top when it's done. You could even put extra chocolate chips over the top when they're done. Anything, really. All right. This dough really kind of ends up kind of like a brownie dough, because that's what these kind of are really similar to. They're kind of similar to kind of like a cakey brownie. Okay. Last of it in there. It's 2 cups of flour. Oops. And like I said, I could have done this in my KitchenAid. It probably would have gone a lot faster, but I didn't want to have to move it over here. So you guys can listen to me talk while I stir. My husband is actually out planting today. He's been going like crazy the past couple days, so we were thankful for some sunshine and for them to get out in the planter so we can get some crops in the ground, because we are actually kind of delayed, but hopefully we'll make up for it. So they finished, they got all the wheat in the ground, and now they are planting corn. You didn't know this was going to be like farm talk show. Okay. There we go. Let me find my spatula. Okay. All right. Now we'll open our waffle iron, and I'm going to spray it down, because if any of you have ever gotten something stuck in a waffle iron, it is like the pits trying to get it out. I'll take this spoonful and put a dollop over here. I'm going to do 2 at a time just because I'm not quite sure how they're going to, how big they're going to get, and I don't want them to touch. And a spoonful over there. And then we'll just let them bake, basically. So, like I said, if you don't want to heat the oven up, I thought this was a super clever idea. They shouldn't take too long. Her recipe says for about a minute. So they aren't going to take as long as a waffle, so I wouldn't recommend like walking away from them. You want to be there just to check them and make sure. I preheated my waffle iron, so it's been on for a while. And I don't know if you make waffles, but I love waffles, and I make waffles not all the time, but sometimes on a Sunday I'll make waffles. I love waffles over pancakes. Who's a waffle fan versus pancakes? I'm always a peeker. I suck at identifying the time. Oh, they need just a little bit longer. And hers come out looking nice, kind of more round. Mine are going to be a little more triangular just because of that waffle shape. And I think I can do 4 at a time in here because they don't puff out quite like a waffle does. All right. Grab a fork, pull these bad boys out. My husband, oh, I don't think they're quite done yet. Nope, they're still a little doughy. My husband, when he got these, she makes them nice because she has those squares probably aren't as big as the triangles. But he was so funny. He'd get them and he'd like pop them in his mouth, literally like the whole thing in one bite. I was like, geez. But he loves these things. Actually, he loves any kind of cookies. I just made him chocolate chip cookies last weekend, and he was like going crazy over them because I hadn't made chocolate chip cookies in months because we've been trying to eat healthier and not have snacks and sugary foods in the house. But figured I'd do something nice to make him cookies, so I did. All right. Apparently, a minute or 2 minutes is a long time. All right, let's see if they'll pop out now. Oh, yep, they've hardened up quite a bit now. And then I've taken 3 cups of powdered sugar along with 1/4 to 1/3 of a cup of milk, so you get kind of like this glaze. And I'm just going to pour it over while they're still warm. And this is going to soak in, so and then to make it fun, we're going to add some sprinkles. Once that glaze hardens up, it's going to be even better. There you go. Waffle iron cookies. Super easy, super simple, super good when you don't want to heat up your oven. So next time you're looking to make a cookie recipe, try this one. Next week, I have no idea what we are going to be doing. If you have suggestions or anything for something for me to cook, by all means, please let me know. I am always looking for new recipes or new things to try or new things to show you guys how to cook. So you can email me at jenny@prairiecalifornian, or you can visit my blog or on social media. I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend and that everybody gets some good weather for the weekend. Have a good one. Bye.